ashes of a once great man has risen a curse. This is Sting.
All right, we won't keep you guys that much longer. We just want to pay tribute to the legendary, the icon, the man, the myth, the legend, the man that they call Sting, as Tony Schiavone would like to say. But man, oh man, 40 years, 4+ decade career for Sting. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to keep it a stack. Sting, to me, I didn't find out about Sting because I didn't watch WCW growing up. My family, we watched the WWF, so I didn't see Sting in his hype. I found out about Sting through TNA when around 2008, 2009, when I was starting to drift from WWE. So seeing him go through the phases of TNA, through the phases of WWE briefly, I can always say, and even looking back on documentaries, not even just WWE documentaries, but other documentaries on Sting's time in WCW, him avoiding WWE when they first sold the company. I appreciate like what this man brought to the industry, because it's like every time that man stepped foot through the curtain and into a ring, in my opinion, he made you feel alive. He made you feel something. Whether you was screaming out the top of your lungs like wow, like he would, but it's just like you love and respect Sting for what he brought to the industry. Hi-Lite, how would you can talk about Sting as much as you want. Like, what was your thoughts about Sting?
Growing up, man, I always knew about Sting from basically every phase. The only version I didn't really know like that was the Surfer Sting, as they call it, because I didn't get around Sting until basically the Crow era and the NWO, Wolfpack Sting, of course. And yeah, man, shout out to my boy Akeem. I'd have to get his thoughts on how he feels about this, man, because I know he probably hasn't watched wrestling in forever. But me and him just stayed being Sting fans growing up, man, and we just loved what he did. And like you, I really appreciated what he did for TNA, because I mean, he was pretty much a pillar for TNA. He helped carry him, Jarrett. You could say like a Ron the Truth Killings and AJ Styles. So many. But Sting was like that true center of what made TNA what it was. My favorite moment is definitely his first, well, actually, the World Heavyweight title match that he won the first time as the Crow. When he first came as the Crow gimmick and defeated Hogan, for the championship that was vacant at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And, just how that catapulted Crow Sting from there on. And, of course, shout out, I did some Facebook. I did a little post, and so far we got some reaction from someone asked what your favorite Sting moment was. And Douglas Davis commented and said Sting's first World Heavyweight Championship win. So I'm assuming that goes back to his Surfer Sting days when he was Flair. And the only thing I'm going to say is that I really, really hate that we were robbed of the one match we always wanted, which was Sting versus Taker at a WrestleMania. And the one chance that we had to get it got wasted on Triple H.
And apparently Taker didn't want it.
Man, and that's hurtful. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty hurtful, because it would have been real nice to see. A lot of people really, really wanted that. But, it is what it is. We didn't get it. So it'll always just be a 2K dream scenario or whatever else anyone else wants to do to give it. But aside from that, man, bravo to the longevity of Sting. I mean, he's going generations at this point.
One of my favorite moments was Joker Sting.
Yeah, Joker Sting was really, really cool. Shout out to the fact that he brought that back a little bit in AEW at his time. Yeah, man. He's gonna be missed for sure, but at the same time, he's not going anywhere because we're gonna see him at cons, conventions. We're gonna see him. Sting's iconic, man. He's gonna be a little bit of everywhere. It's just as far as the in ring side of things, we're definitely gonna miss that.
Squints.
I didn't know too much about Sting because I'm younger. Uh, the first time I really remember hearing of Sting is from my stepmom and my dad because they were big WCW fans and Attitude Era fans. But my first time seeing Sting was Survivor Series 2014. And that was probably the craziest reaction I've seen live because, like, the lights went out for that split second. And in the back of my head, I'm Bernstein was like, oh shit, we're getting rangy.
Fix your mic briefly. Your mic is glitching a little bit. Yeah, you good. Still a little foggy. Yeah, you all good though. But yeah, Sting is while you fix your mic. Sting, yeah, that's the beauty behind us being live. Stuff always happen. Technology, like it is what it is. But yeah, Sting is like he will definitely be missed. Like highlight was saying, he will definitely be ready to go. Let's test you out.
Is this any better?
Yep, let's do it. Back what you were saying.
But being in that crowd for that, the lights went out, crow hit, and just you could not hear yourself think. And I'll never forget there was like a 7-year-old behind me, and he started screaming, "The Stinger, the Stinger!" And I was like, "This 7-year-old knows who Sting is. That's crazy." And I just remember like we were all leaving the arena, and then like they started selling the masks right then and there. So like the whole streets of St. Louis, just everyone wearing Sting masks. It was probably one of my favorite moments I've ever seen live, and it's by far my favorite Sting moment, just because I had that emotional connection being there with my family and just feeling the crowd just come unglued from their seats and just going crazy.
Yeah, me and Gresh actually had a moment where we actually got to see Sting live as well. Shout out to the Dynamite that we all got to go to together.
Yeah.
Sting made that appearance, and that was actually my very first time seeing Sting live in any capacity. And so for that, I really appreciate that moment because I can now, like my brother Gresh here, I can now say that I had the opportunity, and hopefully if they do this right, because they keep marketing this as his final Dynamite, but they're coming to Atlanta literally a week out, like after. So hopefully we can at least have that moment. Now I did admit I forgot I did see him a second time live but this doesn't count because it was WWE and he was already kind of like retired at that point. So they just used him as a background for Ric Flair when they were building up the Batista situation, and they had him basically just out there chilling. But I'll never forget the response that State Farm Arena gave when that music hit and you heard that crow, and it was just like a eruption, you know. So just to have seen him at least twice in my lifetime, hopefully a third, but if not, at least to have seen him twice, because I almost forgot about that moment. To have seen him twice, I'm thankful for that, for sure.
And just to close out, it's like Sting has that presence about him where it's like you appreciate, like, even if you never met him, he has this aura about him. I know we like to throw that word around, aura or presence, but he has that rare presence where it's like you have no choice but to respect him.
Mm-hmm.
You have no choice but to like the simplicity of it, of what he does in the ring, stinker splash or whatever. Like it's easy to fall victims. Not even I wouldn't even say victims because it's wrestling business. It's subjective, but it's easy to show love and respect to these toxic people who are toxic in nature. But it's very rare to. It's very easy to also overlook those who do things the right way. Sting, from what I see and what I'm told from older wrestling fans and even people who had the honor of meeting him now, would say he is the least problematic wrestler to ever be around. He's not all about the tribalism, the loyalty, he's loyalty to being a good person. That's what he's loyal to and loyal to do. So last thing we'll say about this Sting, I want to show you love and respect truly. There will never be another like you. Joker Sting will forever hold a place in my heart. And even though his WWE run didn't end the way that he would like, he still has some dope moments. Him teaming up with Randy briefly, him teaming with John Cena, him basically his debut. I never forget it because I knew who he was because of TNA. So to see that, I lost my mind when he made his WWE debut. I was like, wow. I've seen you in TNA and WWE. So now you also got people out there who've seen him in NWA, WCW, TNA, WWE, and now AEW. So once again, all love and respect to Sting for truly being an icon.
When the club go around here, I'm the cactus. Bang, bang, gang, I don't owe you jack. When I'm in the ring, it's just me and my best friends. OC cutting no slack. Hollywood Miz, you can put me on the A-list. Gresh Unleashed, better put it on your playlist. Me and my fam be ballin' like the Bruce. Fight night, baby, hard hitting like Sheamus. Family first, yes, bloodline business. Winning all the gold, look at how they witness.